Is that another video by Gremlin? Said no one ever, unless like you're in the future and I'm like super duper famous, cause like I'm just so cool. This video is part 1 of redesigning the main 6 for My Little Pony. Ah, wow, really original, Gremlin. Shh! Let me be whimsical. Also, are you guys proud of me? I mean, I didn't work very hard on the thumbnail, but I worked harder than I usually do. Mostly because I'm gonna be so real. Guys, I don't know how to make thumbnails. I'm sorry. I see all these YouTubers with really cool thumbnails. And I'm like, how do they do that? And then I'm over here trying to do it, and it's booty cheeks. Anyway, I don't really draw animals, let alone horses. So this was definitely interesting. I kind of focused on blockier shapes. Yeah, this is Rainbow Dash, by the way, if you guys couldn't tell, if you guys couldn't tell. As you can see during the sketching phase, I gave her a lightning bolt eyebrow because that's really cool, and why not? I also gave her some scars because in one of the episodes she is known as Rainbow Crash, I'm pretty sure. And then back in another episode, it's confirmed that she was a lot clumsier as a kid, so I'm thinking maybe she adopted some scars from being so rambunctious and clumsy. I also made her cutie mark bigger because, again, her mane is more swept back than it is in the show because I'm thinking the force of the wind is going to push it back a lot more, making it more aerodynamic for her. Also making her smaller than the other ponies, as you'll see later on in my other videos that I'm going to make. She's a lot smaller than the other main 6 that I'm creating because aerodynamicity. Aerodynamicity? Never mind, like, genuinely, you know what I mean. Don't make fun of me. I also added a few feathers in some random places you'll see later, but there's some feathers on her legs, her chest, a little bit on her chin. As you can see, you're probably looking at this video right now. If you're not, you're probably like drawing while listening to me rant or ramble. But if you are watching it, you see that I'm currently making many positions for Rainbow. It's because I'm doing a turnaround. You guys. I'm so proud of myself. I'm gonna be so genuinely honest. I think this is my first ever turnaround, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I went over the sketch with green for the line art, and I'm gonna be so real with you guys. Is it just me that whenever I do line art, I kind of think of that one meme that's like, do I look like a real boy? Or just like, I don't know, thinking in memes in general. No, just me? Okay, that's okay. Anywhoozle, line art is like my least favorite part of any drawing because I just did the drawing itself. I don't want to have to go over it again, and it always looks worse than it did in the sketch. I don't know what it is about sketches, maybe the fact that some of the lines are messier and it fills up more of the space, but it just looks better than the line art does. And also, I need to learn about line width, which I will most likely try to do more of in my next video because I didn't do any of that here. I don't do line width. It's just, it confuses me because where do I put line width? Where do I not put line width? It's a whole thing. After the line art, I started with the coloring as most people do because it's digital art. Come on. I do start to make her coat black here, but I do change it later on in the video because I feel like it strayed too far from her original design. I do wish I would have kept the darker colored coat though because it looked a lot better than the blue did in the finished design, in my opinion. As we're going through this, I'm really just adding the base colors before I do anything else because that's my process. I do all the other drawing bits first. Some people do one part of the drawing and then they do the shading for that part. I'm not like that. Guys, I'm not saying I'm not like other girls, I promise. I find it easier to do the base colors first. I'm probably not the only one who does that. It's probably like 99% of the people out here who do that, and I'm just making a big deal out of it. Anyway, if you look close enough, you can see in the darker fur colors that I do have it lighter on her muzzle, and I do keep that when I turn her fur coat blue. I just thought it looked better than having it just plain blue for the entire thing. I thought it looked nice. One of my favorite parts of this design was the lightning eyebrows. I was really proud of myself when I thought of that, and I liked how it turned out on the design itself. It actually ended up coming out really freaking good. I made her hooves pink because I thought they contrasted really well with the blue. And you can see the shine in the hair that I added as I began the shading process. Anyways, this was my Rainbow Dash redesign. I hope you guys like it. I wanted to do Applejack next because she's sporty like Rainbow Dash. I do think I did a little bit better on Applejack because I had already done Rainbow Dash before her, and I had already gotten the feel of what drawing a horse was like. As you can see, I make her a lot more bulky than Rainbow Dash is. Rainbow Dash is smaller because of agilitism. Shut up, I can't say the word. And I definitely gave her a lot more muscles in her front and hind legs. I cut her tail shorter because if she had a longer tail, I feel like it would get in the way of her bucking apples out of the trees. I tweaked her cutie mark just a little bit by adding a tree that looks like it's growing up on her leg. And I gave her little socks on her front legs. I don't know if that's what you call them, but you know what I mean. I had already known what I wanted to do with my redesign on Applejack before I even started, and I was really happy with how it turned out in the end. I don't really draw head accessories, so her hat was a nightmare to use in the turnaround. I decided to keep her braided mane because that's her iconic look. You probably can't see it, but I did give her bushier eyebrows than I am going to give for the other main six. Mainly because Applejack doesn't focus a lot on beauty, and she focuses mainly on her strength and what that strength can do for her family and friends. I also gave her a white splotch on her back because I thought it would look nice. I don't know what to say for this next part, so just enjoy music, I guess. When I finally got to start on the liner, I was going really well. Although it was definitely that moment of the sketch still looks better than the actual line art itself does. But I'm pretty sure that's just, normal for every artist. If that's not true and you like your line art more than you like your sketch, teach me your ways, please. It would be very much appreciated. You do see that I kinda duplicate the first two. I'm not redrawing all that, you guys. I have a life. Crazy as that is to say, I have stuff to do. Like, I kind of already knew what I was going to do with Applejack's palette. I wasn't going to try to make her darker like I tried to do with Rainbow Dash. But I did try to give her blander colors that weren't too bland as well as too bright. I definitely tried to get her on the more neutral zone of that. I would like to say her shading was easier since I already had the lines, aka the muscles, to use as shading areas. I really liked her color palette. Coloring her was like really low cortisol for me. Fun fact, Applejack can play the fiddle, the banjo, the acoustic guitar, and a little fun fact about me, I played the electric guitar, so we could probably start a band. I forgot to color the hay straw. It did get colored later on though. Guys, don't panic, please. I started shading the hair, and I wasn't sure if I liked it or not, but I just stuck with it. And I really liked that her hooves were two different colors in the front and back, so I was really proud of myself for that. I know that's really sad, getting proud of myself for making two different colored hooves, but hey, don't judge me. After I finished with the mane, went ahead and I started on the body shading, which was pretty easy because of her mane, her muscles, as I said before, and her chin was pretty prominent. In my opinion, Applejack was a lot easier to redesign than Rainbow Dash. And I'm not saying I don't like the designs that are already in My Little Pony. I know animating all of this will be super duper hard. But if it was more like a teenager show and they added more into the character designs themselves, I'm pretty sure they would have done like really, really well. I still watch My Little Pony sometimes. It's not better than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I still watch it. I started cleaning up the coloring and I was almost finished. Finally, Applejack and Rainbow Dash done. I could finally relax. I could finally post another video within the same month I had done my other video. My audience didn't have to wait. So, I present to you the finished redesign of Applejack. Thank you so much for watching till the end of the video. If you would consider liking and subscribing, that would be amazing. If you don't, that's fine too.